والسلام على سيدنا محمد سيدنا ونبينا صدق دستور مولانا شاء الله خاصة سيدنا محمد كان مدد طريقتنا الصحبة والخير في الجميع الرحمن الرحيم وما الحياة الدنيا إلا لعب وله ولا الدار الآخرة خير الذين يتقون. Dünya hayatı oyun, eğlence gibidir yani.
Allah Almighty says that the life of this world is just a toy, a game. It is just an entertainment.
Yani öyledir. Allah Azze ve Celle söylüyor.
This is what Allah Almighty says.
Bu herkes için öyledir.
And this is true for everyone.
Hayır, ahiret Allah'tan korkanlar için.
Everyone must know that the hereafter is more valuable, that the hereafter is better. And for those who are fearful of Allah Almighty and thus are aware of Allah Almighty, the hereafter is better than life in this world.
Dünya her şey Allah nimetler vermiş.
Allah Almighty has provided us in this world with His divine favors and grants and gifts.
İnsanlar hepsinden faydalansın.
And Allah Almighty has granted these divine favors in this world to us so that we may benefit from them.
Geçinsinler. Hepsi nimetlerden faydalanacak.
And we are free to benefit from the divine favors of Allah Almighty, to make a living and to get along well. And Allah Almighty has opened His divine favors in this world to everyone.
Müslüman olan olmayan o nimetlerinden faydalanacak.
Whether you are a Muslim or not, it doesn't matter. Allah Almighty has granted His divine favors in this world upon everyone, and everyone may benefit from them.
Allah Azze ve Celle onları yaratmış. İnsanların faydasına bütün.
And Allah Almighty has created all these things in this world to the benefit of humankind, so that humans may benefit from it.
Bu dünyayı içindekilerini insan faydalansın.
This world and everything in this world is a means for us humans to take a benefit from.
Yaşın içsin, istediği gibi şey yapsın ama
we are allowed to eat, to drink, to live an individual life.
Mühim olan Allah'tan korksun.
But we must never forget to be fearful of Allah Almighty and to be constantly aware of Allah Almighty.
Allah'a inansın.
And we must believe in Allah Almighty.
Allah'ın emirlerine itaat etsin.
And fulfill the orders and commands of Allah Almighty.
Allah'ın emirlerine itaat edip de eziyet çekeceğiz de yok.
If you fulfill the orders and commands of Allah Almighty, do not assume that this will make your life be painful or this will make you suffer in this world.
Allah nasıl kafire de vermişse Müslümana da hepsi aynı şekilde.
And Allah Almighty has distributed His divine favors and gifts and provisions in this world equally to everyone, to whether they are Muslims or non-Muslims.
Tabii her şey helal olan her şey faydalıdır.
And everything that is halal and permissible is to the benefit of humankind.
Haram olan her şey zararlıdır.
And everything that is forbidden or haram is to the detriment of humankind, and it is harmful.
Onun için İslam'daki helal şeylerden yararlanın diyor Allah Azze ve Celle.
And it is Allah Almighty's command to indeed benefit from all those things Allah Almighty has granted upon us in this world, all those things which are halal and permissible.
Allah'tan korkun, haramlara gitmeyin.
And in the same time, be fearful of Allah Almighty and stay away from all those things which are not permissible, which are haram and forbidden.
Çünkü haramların karşısı cehennemdir.
Because the recompensation of the forbidden is hell.
Helalların karşısı da cennettir.
The recompensation of those things which are halal is heaven.
Ahiret daha hayırlıdır diyor Allah Azze ve Celle. Hayrul muttakin. Allah'tan korkanlar için ahiret hayırlıdır.
And for those who believe and are fearful and aware of Allah Almighty, they know that when they have the preference between this world and the hereafter is more valuable and is better than this world.
Dünyada her şeyden faydalanabilir Müslüman.
But as Muslims, we are allowed to benefit indeed from all those things in this world which are of course halal and are permissible.
Her yapılan şey helal olduktan sonra o hem dünya faydası olur hem ahirette sevap kazanmış olursun.
And there is a great blessing to do things which are permissible by Allah Almighty, which are halal, because they will not only be to your benefit in this world, but they will also be the means for you to gain rewards in the hereafter.
Yaptığın vakit Allah'la beraber olduktan sonra her şeyin Allah Azze ve Celle sana ihsan eder.
When you are with Allah Almighty will keep providing you with His divine favors.
İkram eder.
He will constantly gift from His treasures.
Ahirette kazanmış olursun.
And then you will belong to those who are the winners in the hereafter.
Öteki türlü dünyada yiyip içip her türlü haltı yapmış olursun. Hayvanlar gibi olur.
But if you live a life just eating and drinking and doing all kinds of forbidden things, what's the difference between your life and the life of an animal?
Hayvan daha iyi. Hayvan ahirette sualı yok.
Actually, the status in that case of an animal is better than yours, because an animal will not be held accountable for what it did throughout this life.
Ama bu dünyada yapabilir, her şey yapar. Ama insan,
an animal may do anything without being held accountable in the hereafter.
Hayvan gibi olan insan,
but when it comes to humans who act like animals,
ahirette onun cevabını vermesi lazım.
They must know that they will be held accountable in their hereafter, and they will need to provide an answer to what they did in this world.
Allah muhafaza etsin.
May Allah Almighty protect us.
Allah nefsimize uydurmasın.
May Allah Almighty prevent us from following our egos.
Amin. Allah tevfik. El Fatiha.